And can you move to the next slide, what I had given? This time distribution and completing the question paper is the first challenge that you should do. Next one, this research accomplishments, interview and all those things are okay. And Priya, can you just go to the last slide? You just show me that notes. This one. In this, if you see this one, last time we prepared it for I think 10 marks. 10 marks or 5 marks. Mostly in 10 marks, we used to get numericals. Otherwise, here in this new pattern, it is 10 marks and 15 marks. I'm assuming that in the 15 marks, there can be subheadings where you might get 2 to 3 questions in the under the same question. So that is one option, and also there could be definition application of one technology and numericals from another technology. So you can expect questions like this under 15 marks. But for 5 marks, I have in these notes how I had given this much is more than sufficient. Okay, suppose if you are asked about to write about a technology, you just write the definition or what it is, the principle of it, and roughly you give a rough diagram. That means you don't even have to use pencil. Like in pen also, like a block diagram, you can just draw something, you can mark the parts. See, the ultimate aim is to show the evaluator that you understand the concept. Okay, this is the idea. From the mains examination, they will evaluate only that whether you understand the concept or not. They are going to check and judge you based on that only. So roughly, like you just draw a block diagram, mark the parts and advantages, disadvantages, application. So if you are asked to write about any technology, this should be the pattern. In our subject, like in food technology and processing engineering, mostly all the questions it will come under this format. So while preparing notes itself, you make notes similar, something similar to this. Okay, but under each point, for under each heading, you should refer 2-3 books and take each point from one book, all important points from all the books, so that your answer will be different from others. Suppose if you're following just only one book and assume that all the other candidates are also following the same book, and you will not show how your answer is more enriched or more valued compared to the other candidates. Suppose out of 5, the evaluator is giving 3.5, you should try try and get that 4 or 4.5. That only will make the difference. Writing a correct answer, everybody will do it, and I am 100% sure all the people who are appearing for the exam will know all the answers. But how you present it and what extra points you're going to give will only make the difference. So you should give importance mainly to that. And while making notes, as I told, you start unit wise, chapter wise, topic wise, but while compiling the notes, always try to take A4 sheets. And suppose if you're in a single unit, suppose Singh and Sahai book you are taking and you're starting with one chapter, there will be some derivations in between, there will be some numericals, there will be some definitions, but separately you write derivations, everything, and you keep separately you start compiling all the derivations, like derivations from all the units, that will be a single bunch, and formulas from all the chapters, that will be a single bunch, definitions of all the unit, that will be a single bunch. You will start making the notes unit wise, but while compiling you will segregate it this way, and you will spiral bind it later. So in the last 15 days while revising, that will be very easier for you to remember also, and to revise. Because like suppose if you want to revise all the formulas, you just can take that bunch and go through all the formulas of all the chapters. That will be easier. If you will like numericals, then definitions, then you will get confused. Okay, so this is how you should segregate your notes, and separately you bind and you keep it. This will be very much useful while revising. This is one thing. And another, can you go back to the previous slides where we left? Okay, interview, research chart. Okay, next, interview. I'm not telling you in order, but I hope you all can follow it. In the interview, as I said, suppose before the interview, when you are getting shortlisted for the interview, you will be asked to submit a summary sheet that will be sent to all the selected participants to fill the form and submit it before you appear for the interview. And filling up that summary sheet is like a brief biodata, and whatever you put down in that biodata is very important, because when you enter the hall for the interview, the panel members will be having a copy of your summary sheet. So be sure that whatever you are writing there, anything, it will be like there will be so many columns, like you'll have to fill about your extracurricular activities, your achievements in school, starting from schools to colleges. So don't put anything or claim anything where you don't have any proof, or if anything asked about that particular topic, if you're not confident that you'll be able to answer it, don't write down, but you try to fill up all your accomplishments, uh, and also be ready to answer. In the interview, again I'm telling you, the main purpose of interview is not to check your subject knowledge, which they have already done through this mains examination. There again, they will not check whether you know the subject or not. That has already been done. In the interview, suppose see, they will check whether you are really a scientist material or not. Okay, your attitude matters, and how you keep your cool calm, the way you answer the questions, you deal with the questions, that actually that alone matters. Okay, there I would give you a single tip. When you are appearing for the interview, just don't consider that they are teachers and they are then you are a student. You should not behave that way. You just imagine yourself that you are also an expert, and it is something like an expert discussion. So the interview should go in that way. Okay, you should treat yourself equal to them, and you're discussing the subject, because it is not like something you're going to say to them, that is which is, they're already experts in the subject and they know all the answers, but they will just check how you are how you are approaching each question, and how you are answering and convincing them. That will matter. So in the interview, mainly they definitely you will get questions about your masters and PhD research. Since you own the research, you should know A to Z of it. So they might ask like, why have not used this technology, why have you opted for this methodology. So for that, you just have to tell, I mean, it's like, it's your research, you'll be able to do it, but you should do it in a more convincing and more confident way. That is one thing. So another thing, and do a little bit of research about the current affairs, like current area of research in in your subject, in our subject, like processing and food technology. What is the current that is going on? So just brush up on those before appearing for the interview. That is it means you might get questions on that also. And other than this, like suppose even if you don't know like answers for any of the questions which has been asked, gracefully you can deny. You can simply say that you do not know, and they also know that like everybody will not know everything, and they cannot remember everything. So that is acceptable, but don't try to beat around the bush. If you are not clear about the concept, that will definitely create a negative impression. If you do not know, you gracefully say, I don't remember, sir. After this interview, I'll just look into it. You can simply, I mean, gracefully say that you do not know. There is nothing wrong in that. Okay, so yeah, in the throughout the interview, if you are leaving 2-3 questions, doesn't matter. But and also also you should like encourage. Suppose if they have you, luckily if you get to receive any question which is from your area, you should answer in such a way so that it will encourage them to ask more questions in the same area. So that will be an added advantage to you. That is up to you. The way you answer will should encourage them to ask more questions on the same topic. That is another tip. Okay, and also um, um, means like means you should keep calm, quiet, confident during the interview. That itself is more than enough. And other than this, we'll move on to the next slide. Yeah, for this is for the written examination. Time management, I have already told you the importance of it. You have to complete the paper. You have to. There is no other choice. You have to complete the paper, because here the another disadvantage is that you will be given a booklet. It is not like there will be a separate question paper and will be answer sheet like that. No, there will be a single booklet. On top of each page there will be the question written, and below that you'll be given space to write the answers. Okay, for example, for 5 marks maybe you will get 2 questions per page. They would have given half page, so you cannot write anything more than half page. And also it is not necessary that you have to fill those half page. If you feel that for 5 marks 5 points are enough, I would suggest like 50 words. If it is enough, you just stop with that. And for 10 marks, if they had given 2 pages but you feel that 1 page is sufficient to fill all the information, you can simply strike out the next page and you can move on to the next question, and there is no need that you have to fill the pages. Okay, and also suppose means don't get emotionally attached with any particular question, and you please and you should treat all the questions equally. Okay, starting from first question to last question, the standard of the answer should be same. It is not like the evaluator will get, okay, this person is knowing this particular answer very well and this answer is not well. You should not give that impression. So starting from first question till the last answer, everything should be of same standard, same quality. And that is even if you're knowing like more on a particular topic, you restrict and control yourself and just write what is required and nothing more than that. So in that way you will be able to complete the question paper also, and you can give a good impression to the evaluator that you have covered everything. Because if you will have a separate question paper, you will know that what you have completed, what is yet to be completed. But here there will be like there will be a problem, like you will not know like how many more questions you are means like you are still left with. That is the risk there. So section wise you have to target, like as I have mentioned here, I like just for the understanding I have written that you should complete the section A, that is the 5 marks questions, 25 questions. It's not a joking. Answering 25 5 marks question in 1 hour is very difficult. Imagine like if that is the case, like in 15 minutes how many questions you can answer, then in 5 minutes how many questions. So hardly you will get 3 to 4 minutes to answer each question. Only then you will be able to answer all 25 questions in one hour. Okay, similarly 10 marks questions in 1 hour means you can imagine like how much maximum time you can give to one 10 marks question. So you have to distribute that time and you should stick to it, and you should complete in that time. How much ever like best answer you can give in that time, you give only that much. So your notes preparation should also be in that way. Don't put everything in your notes which you will not be able to write in your mains examination. Just I have means like showed you few examples. That much is more than enough. Like whatever area you want to touch, just write, and in that under each heading write very important points. Instead of wasting time on writing some unnecessary information, just give a very required or the expected answer, and you will fill the means like it will be a complete answer also. You will be able to complete it in that time, like in 3 minutes writing a 5 marks question. So like means how much fast you should be. And similarly the if the notes is ready to answer that question that way, only then it will be helpful. So don't write everything. It is notes making means not copying from the book and writing as it is. No, as I already said, refer 2-3 books, have your own understanding, because understanding and writing is more important. Here if you memorize and write something, it will not help anybody, because if you get the same question during the interview, then you will not be able to defend. So understand it. Suppose I'll give you another important tip. Suppose in any topic, if you're not able to understand from the textbook, just go to YouTube and try to type the topic and try to understand from different videos. So understand the concept. Understanding the concept is very 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 important, and you can put it down in your own words and simple words. In the mains examination also, there is no need to write any complicated terms, jargons. No, just keep it very simple, easy to understand, so that the evaluator will not get confused, and even you will not get confused with the terms. Okay, keep it very simple. Just explain the concept only. That much is expected.